The U.S. Army announces where major troop reductions will take place. We're live in Leesville with how Fort Polk fared. Plus, the Confederate flag will be taken down from the South Carolina state capitol within the next 24 hours after the governor signs a measure this afternoon to remove it. 7 News at Noon starts now.
Now, in high definition, sponsored by Nissan of Lake Charles. This is 7 News at Noon.
Good afternoon, I'm Jillian Corder. Agnes has the day off. Fort Polk has learned it will not be as severely impacted by troop reductions planned by the U.S. Army. The Army has announced it plans to cut its numbers by 40,000 troops and 17,000 civilian employees. Bases and posts to be impacted were announced this morning. Lauren Mannery with the Fort Polk Progress confirms to KPLC Fort Polk will lose 388 troops. A news conference was scheduled for today at noon in Leesville following the announcement. Vernon Parish leaders had told KPLC substantial cuts to Fort Polk would be devastating to the area and the state as a whole. That was echoed yesterday by Congressman Charles Bustani of Lafayette, who said the surrounding area has donated more than 42,000 acres of land to improve the grounds around Fort Polk. Bustani also said the community has maxed out its bonding authorities in order to build new schools serving Fort Polk families. The cuts are expected to happen over 2 years and would drop the number of troops to 450,000. Again, we hope to join that news conference momentarily. The Confederate flag that flies on the grounds of the South Carolina State House will soon be coming down. And this morning, Governor Nikki Haley says she will sign the bill removing the flag this afternoon. Late Wednesday night, the South Carolina House of Representatives voted to remove the flag after hours of heated and emotional debate. NBC's Jay Gray is in Columbia with the latest.
The Confederate flag still waves outside the South Carolina State House, but it was an unwavering, emotional stand by lawmakers overnight.
I cannot believe that we do not have the heart in this body to do something meaningful, such as take a symbol of hate off these grounds.
Passion that after more than 14 hours of discussion, debate, and legislative wrangling, that ended with a green light to take down the flag.
A vote of 94 to 20. Senate Bill 897 receives third reading.
It's humbling to know that I changed the debate, but it was entirely impromptu, and I just spoke from the heart.
This morning, just hours after her impassioned speech on the House floor, Charleston Representative Jenny Horn talked about the moment the politics became personal.
I was a little frustrated that the debate wasn't centered around the victims of the Charleston 9. Being a representative from Charleston, I just felt like somebody needed to stand up and speak on their behalf and to speak for what has brought us to this moment.
An historic moment after the deadly attack at the Emmanuel AME Church by a self-proclaimed white supremacist, and decades of controversy over a symbol of heritage for some, hate for so many others, a symbol that will likely come down in the next 24 hours. Jay Gray, NBC News, Columbia, South Carolina.
The governor is expected to sign the bill into law at 4 Eastern this afternoon, and the current plan is to take down the flag tomorrow morning. And in New Orleans today, Mayor Mitch Landrieu is expected to push further to get rid of Confederate monuments across the city. He'll formally ask the city council today to initiate the legal and public hearing process to relocate 4 prominent Confederacy-related monuments in New Orleans. That includes the General Robert E. Lee Monument, the General P.G.T. Beauregard Equestrian Statue, the Jefferson Davis Monument, and the Liberty Monument. Just as South Carolina prepares to take down the Confederate flag, leaders in Bexar County, Texas are following suit. Bexar County Judge Nelson Wolf says 2 plaques outside the courthouse near Main Plaza will be removed. Another marker at the Vance House will also be removed. And as we approach the 10th anniversary of Hurricane Rita, the National Hurricane Museum and Science Center is working on plans to commemorate it. Museum leaders hosted a breakfast this morning to announce those plans and showcase the progress made in the areas of preparation and resiliency. During 2005 alone, Hurricanes Wilma, Rita, and Katrina were among the 6 most devastating hurricanes ever recorded. Part of the goal of the museum is to look back and educate communities and families in the hurricane preparation and recovery process.
This area was just kind of forgotten about, partially because of the the way the response was conducted. It was so professional, and we don't want to perpetuate the amnesia part of this. We want to remember what happened and what we learned from that project.
The goals of this morning's meeting to establish a steering committee, to choose a date, and to create an outline of a plan to commemorate the anniversary. Now we're going to turn things over to meteorologist Ben Terry now with a first look at our very hot forecast.
Definitely hot. Welcome aboard, Jillian. Glad to have you on this hot day ahead. We've got, of course, the rain chances slowly returning to the area, but so far, not a drop anywhere has developed over southwest Louisiana. That means our temperatures up into the 90s. In fact, the official reading at the airport this hour, 90 degrees in Lake Charles, 89 in Lafayette, 90 to Ritter. You factor in that humidity, and it feels like the triple digits. Right now, 97 is what we have for our current heat index outside in Lake Charles, 100 in the Ritter. Now, like we said, radar is clear of any rain across the area, but we're beginning to see some of those clouds develop, and that's the start. You need the clouds to have rain, and we're getting a few of those cumulus clouds popping up as we head through the afternoon. Still a slight chance we could have one or two isolated storms popping up. That would be the start, because by tomorrow, the rain chances are looking a little bit better. In fact, as we head toward Friday, even into Saturday, we're going to have some better moisture working back in to the atmosphere, giving us a little bit more of our typical summertime type activity. But today, few and far between with those storms. Of course, we'll have a look at that weekend forecast and much more coming up in just a few minutes.
All right, thank you. Now, over the past 2 days, we've tried to express the caution you should exercise when posting things online because it can follow you throughout your life. Here's where it gets confusing. You can actually threaten someone's life and be protected legally. If you do that, you can still face other consequences, but criminal charges can't be brought against you unless prosecutors can prove you actually meant to make good on your threat.
Proving intent is extremely difficult. It's a question for the trier of fact, be that a judge or a jury, and it's hard to do.
Join us as KPLC's Eric Tiger concludes his report examining what free speech does and does not protect against tonight on 7 News Nightcast. Well, a Happy Meal at a Florida McDonald's has left one family very unhappy. A man claims the talking toy inside the meal is unsuitable for kids. Mario Boone reports.
If you have small kids, you probably know they're in love with Minions. And why not? They talk and have big eyes and funny outfits. So when the Merton family stopped by this Longwood McDonald's to get their 4-year-old granddaughter a Happy Meal, they thought the only surprise would be which Minion was inside.
I'm shocked.
Turns out the real shocker was this message the Minion spoke.
It turned out to be a toy that decided to talk profanity.
Bradley Merton told me he is convinced this adorable little Minion is saying, "What the F?"
I can't believe it's coming out of a toy.
We wondered if other Minions allegedly have a potty mouth, so I came to the same McDonald's and bought my own Happy Meal. So far, no profanity. After 2 days of investigating, even the producers at Eyewitness News could not agree on exactly what the Minion is saying. So I reached out to the bigwigs at McDonald's, and here's what they said. Minions speak Minionese, which is a random combination of many languages and nonsense words and sounds. Minionese has no translation to or meaning in any recognized language. Any perceived similarities to words used in the English language are purely coincidental.
Check their toys before they hand them over.
All right, Minionese. We want to take you live now to that news conference, which is just getting underway in Leesville.
Congressional delegation, who I'll say by name, Congressman Fleming, Congressman Abraham, Congressman Bustani, Congressman Graves, Congressman Scalise, Congressman Richmond, Senator Cassidy, and Senator Vitter. They have led the charge in Congress out of all the states to really prevent these kind of reductions from occurring, and in supporting Fort Polk. Our governor, our state legislators, our local elected officials, our chambers of commerce, and our school board, who I was with this morning, and the work they've done in education. All of these things had to come together just right to make this day possible and to prevent these major cuts at Fort Polk. There are many installations this morning who are not able to celebrate, who have had major reductions at their bases far greater than this, and we certainly wish them the best. I think that this is a testament today to the great military value that the Army finds in Fort Polk, Louisiana. to the tremendous support that it receives from the citizens that have been showcased through letter writing campaigns, through public listing sessions, through investments, concrete investments made by the school districts, by the state in our roads and infrastructure, investments in water and sewer, investments at places like England Air Park and Chenault and the Lake Charles Port. All of these things came together and came to play in the way the Army conducted this evaluation. So as chairman of Fort Polk Progress, I say thank you. We're here to celebrate this. We'll continue to work. We have work ahead of us to prevent any further reductions to occur in the Army as a whole by preventing this budget sequester that has driven these reductions. This is not a reflection of a reduced mission on our Army, but rather an arbitrary budget figure. And we've got to fix that, and I know that our delegation is going to lead the way in Congress to do just that. And so we'd like to share some comments from the rest of our team here, and would invite Senator John Smith and others at this time.
Thank you, Michael. You know, what a wonderful day it is for all of us, particularly here at Fort Polk, a great day for Fort Polk, for the Army as it relates to Fort Polk. What a great day for our communities that surround Fort Polk, the region around Fort Polk, and our state. This was just a monumental victory for all of us. And I might add that congratulations to Fort Polk Progress. They organized and led this effort and did a super job, and they put all of our communities and all of our cities near here in a good leadership role, and we produced what you see today, and that's staving off the severe cuts that could have happened. We do still have the threat of BRAC and sequester in the Congress, but we will find a way to bridge those problems as well. And particularly we'll continue to be led by Fort Polk Progress and their efforts. And this community has just been overwhelming, as all the other communities surrounding us, in support of the Army, Fort Polk particularly, and the needs of our retired and active military. And I just can't say enough for everyone that's been so responsive, and my congratulations to this state and our communities. Thank you.
Good morning, everybody, and it is a great day. When I go to Baton Rouge, they hear a lot from me at the well about Fort Polk and the biggest economy of the state, the largest industry in the state, also the largest payroll in the state, probably the payroll is probably even bigger now than it used than the state itself. You'll hear a lot of things today, but Fort Polk Progress again has taken the charge. But there's a lot of other people in this state that has supported us, and I will give thanks to everyone in this area of our state, even as far as New Orleans. As you know, Fort Polk brings a lot of mothers and daddies here. Also, we have a new federal cemetery that brings a lot of people from out of state here. Their loved ones want to be buried in the cemetery out here, the National Cemetery. You can rest assured that Senator Smith and myself, also I have some very good close colleagues in Baton Rouge that helps me and Senator Smith when we need money for Fort Polk Progress. We go to bat and we get the money. And we're going to have this is not over with. Y'all just remember that. We're going to have 2 more fights. So we're going to need a little more money still. And I think that between us, we work together real good. We'll have the money here for this part of our state. And it's not just for Burnham Parish. It's not just for Beauregard. Not just for Rapides. Not just for Calhoun, Caddo, Sabine. This is for our troops who we train every day. It's for our young men and our young women that are stationed at Fort Polk. And I'm not going to forget their families. They sacrifice. They do a great job for our country. And this is for them. So,
Apologies there for that audio issue. Again, that news conference in Leesville discussing the Army's announcement of troop reductions nationwide. KPLC's Scotty Hunter is there, and we'll have much more coming up this evening on later editions of 7 News. When 7 News at noon continues, friends and family of a Texas man are mourning his death caused by what appears to be a stunt gone wrong. That story next.
It's home cooks versus pro chefs. Tonight, her family recipe could win $100,000.
It's comfort food. It's shrimp and grits.
But there's one big problem.
I'm the king of comfort food.
I'm freaking all the way out.
New Food Fighters tonight here on NBC.
20 years old, last seen in a red dress.
Someone asked about that girl's file.
One of Manson's girls
disappeared.
Aquarius, all new, tonight 9/8 Central on NBC.
I was pleased with Morris Bart and his team. I really felt like someone was listening to me, and they addressed all my concerns.
Evan was injured in an accident and needed help fast. He called us, and we went to work immediately. Just call 477-4600. One call, that's all.
Larry's Old Time Trade Days takes place this weekend at their amazing marketplace located in Winnie. You'll find everything from rare antiques to delicious food while checking out the countless magnificent vendors. Larry's Old Time Trade Days, where you can find it here.
What's missing from this picture? You and your family. What should be missing? The mosquitoes. They're sucking the fun out of your summer. The Mosquito Authority can change all that. One application of our barrier spray will keep your yard mosquito-free for 3 weeks. Great for kids and pets. The Mosquito Authority solution lets you reclaim your backyard.
Give Mosquito Authority a call today and take your yard back. Call 855-4-BUGS-BITE.
A 30-year-old Texas father was killed after setting off a firework on his chest. The incident happened early Tuesday morning, just over an hour west of Houston in the small town of Columbus. Robert Arnold spoke with people who knew the man.
He just had an infectious spirit. Whenever you met him, you met a friend.
Justin Bartek is well known in the small town of Columbus, a veteran postal worker full of personality and generosity.
He was the light of many people's lives, and he was the world to the people that knew him, and he would give the world to anyone that asked.
Colorado County Sheriff's officials say in the pre-dawn hours of Tuesday, Bartek and friends were shooting off fireworks at a popular fishing spot on the Colorado River. Sheriff's officials say Bartek put one of the fireworks on his chest. When it went off, he was critically injured and later died.
He was here yesterday smiling and talking to everyone and saying hi, and then today you get the sad news that he's just not here.
Bartek leaves behind a 3-year-old son in a trail of people who had grown accustomed to the smile, wave, and friendly banter he delivered to everyone along his postal route.
You don't see that smiling face coming from you just waving and just giving you a nice little pep in your day. I was driving by to go to the post office, and I saw a postal truck, and just habit is just to go wave, and it wasn't him.
Sheriff's officials said an autopsy will determine exactly how Bartek died. All right, let's check in with Ben with a quick look at your hot weather.
Yeah, getting close to the weekend. We'll have a look at that weekend forecast after the break.
Hello, I'm Richard Zuslaw, Chairman and CEO of Acadian Ambulance. We are pleased to be a sponsor of the Beyond Katrina series that focuses on the tremendous rebuilding of our state and celebrates the resilience of our people. Acadian Ambulance played a crucial role in the aftermath of Katrina. Our years of training and preparation were put to the ultimate test, and I'm proud that our team provided competent and compassionate care for thousands of Katrina's victims. The need for medics is crucial, and we are actively hiring. Visit BecomeAmedic.com to learn how you can begin working as an emergency medical technician. Visit BecomeAmedic.com to learn about our training and hiring programs.
KPLC and Acadian Ambulance, celebrating life beyond Katrina.
I thought you said he was home.
Let me try him on the phone.
Your hearing loss could be costing you more than you know. At Here For You, we take the time to customize hearing solutions to meet your individual needs. Our extensive line of digital products and leading-edge technology assure the perfect fit and customer satisfaction. Hear what you've been missing. Call 564-3094 today for your appointment. We're here for you.
It's been Kinder's best-kept secret, but now the catfish is out of the bag. At Roy's Catfish Hut, get fresh Louisiana catfish grilled, fried, or cut thin and crispy and served up with the homemade tartar sauce. You know what else is good? Those thick steaks. That seafood platter, the etouffee, and those big old salad bar yet. So kick back, throw your peanut shells on the floor, and let's let le bon temps rouler. When you're craving catfish, don't settle for that kind of good. Make the drive to Roy's Catfish Hut in Kinder, because it's real good, y'all.
All right, no relief from the heat. Right now, radar is still quiet over the area, but like we mentioned earlier, beginning to see a few clouds building. I think we'll have at least a couple isolated showers here as we head into the afternoon. We could use it. Weather watchers this hour into the 90s, Moss Bluff and in LeBleu Sullivan, even here at the Lake Charles Regional Airport. We'll keep the 20% rain chance going through about sunset, but few and far between with the showers we'll see developing out there for today. As we go into tomorrow, a little bit more moisture working back into the atmosphere, so still going to look for a little better rain chance as we head into Friday afternoon. With about a 30% coverage tomorrow, we'll have, of course, the sea breeze developing, and with that additional moisture in place, we'll have back to more of our normal summertime variety storms heading into Friday. That's going to carry us over into the first part of the weekend as well. As far as the overall picture goes, we've got rain and storms along that more active storm track across the central U.S. there along that front. High pressure sitting off to the south and to the east. It's keeping that southerly wind pulling in to the area. So as we go into tomorrow and into, like I said, Saturday, about a 30% coverage both days of those afternoon storms. We'll have a little bit more of an active sea breeze here over the next couple of days. After that, though, we'll have that upper level ridge of high pressure building back in. That's really going to limit the threat for rain from Sunday on into early next week. So it looks like as we go into Sunday, highs warming back up, lows at night into the upper 70s, pushing on ahead into the middle of next week. We'll actually see maybe a little better rain chance toward Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. So we will have some drier days ahead, but hopefully over these next couple of days there will be at least a shower or two to cool us off from this pretty hot weather.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah.
All right, still ahead, news of another major recall involving defective airbags. That's next.
The 7 Storm Team Weather Watcher Network is sponsored by Mark Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram.
Right now at Market Basket, buy MB Premium Select Boneless Rump Roast, $3.69 a pound. Seedless grapes, just 99 cents a pound. Now that's a lower price.
Important healthcare notice. If you play the TV too loudly, or if listening in some situations has become difficult, you are needed to participate in a special program called the 10-Day Challenge. We're seeking 100 people with problems hearing to evaluate Invisibel, a new 100% digital invisible hearing instrument now being released. To take part in this event, you must call. Please get a pencil. We are seeking 100 people with hearing problems to take part in the 10-Day Challenge, evaluating a new high-tech hearing device the size of a pencil eraser. Call the number on your screen. Invisibel is the world's first 100% digital, completely invisible hearing aid. Hearing consultations will be performed at no charge for all qualified callers. Participants will try Invisibel hearing aids for 10 days. Call now and take the 10-Day Challenge.
A Barbasol close shave is better than a slicing your T-shot and watching it fly within inches of a personal injury lawyer kind of close shave. So, lather up, America. Barbasol is proud to sponsor the Barbasol Championship on the Robert Trent Jones Golf Trail.
Don't miss the Barbasol Championship at Grand National on the Robert Trent Jones Golf Trail, July 16th through 19th. Call or go online for tickets now.
The 7 Storm Team Skycam Network is sponsored by Billy Navarre. With quick service and low prices, we challenge any dealer in America to beat. The 7 News Stock Market Report is sponsored by Sam A. Baer Financial Group. Perhaps we should talk.
More vehicles are being recalled over faulty airbags. Honda says it will recall 4.5 million vehicles in Japan and other non-North American markets. At least 34 million cars in the U.S. have already been affected by the recall. The problem? Airbags made by Takata could explode and send shrapnel through the vehicle. Authorities have likened the airbags to 8 deaths in the U.S. and Malaysia. Takata's chief executive apologized last month for the scandal. And Ben's back with a final check on your forecast. That's next.
I got a lot of love, people. Burger love, chicken love, shrimp love, fry love. My heart is pounding with flavor. I'm having palpitations, man. Oh, maybe that's the wind.
Craving big-time flavor for an unbelievable price? Get our famous Big Buford with 2 100% beef patties and fresh ingredients for a flavor so crazy bold, you'll want two. Add our Big Chicken Deluxe to double the flavor. 2 of the same or 1 of each, just $5.
Fist bump.
Checkers and rallies.
It's in the bag.
Attention, this is a legal alert.
Have you or a loved one been prescribed Infocana after being diagnosed with type 2 diabetes and suffered kidney failure, heart attack, stroke, or ketoacidosis? The FDA issued a safety announcement on May 15th, warning that the diabetes medication Infocana may cause a serious medical condition known as ketoacidosis. Suffered after taking the diabetes drug Infocana? Call attorney Morris Bart at 477-4600. That's 477-4600. You may be entitled to significant compensation.
If the sounds of wedding bells are ringing in your future, let KPLCTV.com and the Diamond team at Diamond Durrells help you find that perfect ring she'll cherish forever. Just go to the Lifestyles page at KPLCTV.com, click on Weddings, and follow it to the Diamond team link.
Our Diamond team knows that when you choose to give someone a diamond, you're making a promise that will last a lifetime. Forever, Mark and the Diamond team makes a promise to you. You'll love your experience at Diamond Durrells.
KPLCTV.com and the Diamond Durrells Diamond Team, your engagement ring specialist.
You've seen other doctors, tried medication, therapy, maybe even surgery, but you're still in pain, still missing that range of motion. It's time to add Southwest Chiropractic to your recovery team. It's all about biomechanics, getting your joints, muscles, and tendons working together the way nature intended. Southwest Chiropractic has the equipment, therapies, and experience to make it happen. For most patients, about 6 visits is all it takes to feel better. At Southwest Chiropractic, we've got your back and wrists, shoulders, elbows.
All right, looking ahead to the weekend forecast, maybe you're already making those plans. Well, Saturday will be the day we have to worry about the chance for those widely scattered afternoon storms, but no more than a 30% coverage, just a typical summer day there. Then for Sunday, definitely the drier of the 2 days. Of course, that's when the heat will begin to build back in. We'll have highs up to about 93, but it will feel like about 103 to 105 in the afternoon. Then that dry weather continues. As we go into next week, we'll go with the better rain chances returning toward the mid to latter half of next week. These next couple of days may provide us a little bit of relief with those afternoon showers.
We can hope so. All right, Cynthia and Wade are back here for Live at 5. Thanks for joining us, and have a great day.